Hello everyone and welcome to this video by The Paper Garden. That's me, Emily Hatcher. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Houston, Texas, and I stamp under the handle The Paper Garden. So what's an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator? That means I make all sorts of paper crafts, cards, gift card holders, gift tags and packaging, wall art, all sorts of things using stamps, ink, and paper. I am so glad you're here checking out our creative community. What I'm showing you here is what we did yesterday in card class. So the third Saturday of every month, if you're local in Houston, you can join us for card class. We make 4 cards, each with its own unique design. Yesterday, we made these cards featuring the Reason to Celebrate and Seasonal Celebration stamp sets. The Reason to Celebrate is in the new January to April mini catalog, and the seasonal celebrations from the January online exclusives. Reason to Celebrate, all words, and seasonal celebrations, all images. They complement each other beautifully, and you can make lots of fun and interesting cards like these. So today I'll be demoing how we made this Valentine card, but you can earn this card class for free still with an online order of $30 or more between now, Sunday, January 18th, through Wednesday, the 21st. So stop on by and do that. But we have several other ordering specials too. So stay tuned. We're going to get into lots of things. So we're going to stamp here in a minute. This is the guy we'll be stamping today. But first, I want to talk to you about a couple of things that are going on here at the Paper Garden. So upcoming events. Make a Mingle, which is the third Wednesday of every month. And our next one is coming up here on Wednesday the 21st. So that is from 6:30 to 8:30. Again, if you're local to Houston, you can join us. We do require an RSVP. Just let us know by this coming Tuesday or the Tuesday before any Make and Mingle. It's $30 for your first craft kit and $10 for any additional craft kit you want to add on. So it's a fun, casual evening. You pick a kit out from my stash and go put it together. We have snacks and sips, and then we'd love to see you there. Then coming up, so is a new offering for us is a virtual class, so online only. We'll be making a wall art piece, a 12 by 12 piece featuring this Endless Love stamp set and the dies. But how this will work is die cut, emboss, design, write instructions out, and film a video for how to put together a 12 by 12 piece of wall art that you can frame in a shadow box for display. It makes great display in your home for home decor. It's a great gift. But this month, that'll be using this stamp set. So I do all the rest of the prep work, similar to how I do for card class. You need to provide the stamps, ink, and adhesive yourself. I mail you everything else. On the 31st of January, I will post on YouTube a full instructional video. And so at your own pace, you can put that together following the video. I'll start mailing packets on the Wednesday before, but this is going to be cute. This stamp set, I believe, is currently out of stock, but is supposed to come back in stock next week, they're projecting. So just sign up for notification when it comes back in stock, and then you can put it in your cart and then join us for that class. So that class will be free with a $50 order the week of that class only. So stay tuned. We'll have some more information coming with that. Other events coming up: Valentine's Day event. Again, if you're local in Houston and you want to do something on that Friday the 13th is Valentine's Day this year, we'll be doing an in-person kit party. There'll be a great time. There's going to be door prizes, lots of fun, really great social way to spend the evening that night. So sign up soon. There are still some spots left in that. That, like I said, that is local for Houston. And then card class next month is gonna feature this super cute set, a round of hellos from the January online exclusives. So you can come in person. Registration's open for that already, or you can get it to go, and you can earn it to go a couple of different ways right now, and also closer to time. But this is a super cute stamp set that we'll be using for that. All right, so specials, ordering specials. So much stuff going on. So in case you haven't heard, it is bonus days right now. So for every $50 you spend, you get a $5 coupon back to use in February. So from now through February 2nd, for every $50 you spend, you get that $5 back. And then from February 3rd through the 28th, you have to use those coupons. So remember, and those coupons you get along with your Stampin' Rewards too, along with some specials from me, which we'll talk about in a minute. Also, product of the month. So the new product for January is this fabulous saying stamp sets. So many great sentiments on there. Of course, happy birthday, this beautiful thank you, which I really like, as well as this hello. Also the sending love, which is a great sentiment to, if you like that for Valentine's as well, to a fabulous friend. You can do anything. So many great sets. And the size of that is pretty much the same scale as the front image, as you can see. Let's see, to a fabulous friend. See, so super cute. How do you earn product of the month? Well, when you spend $75, you get to buy the product of the month for only $5. So this whole stamp set, $5 when you spend $75. And you do have to add it to your cart. It doesn't automatically get added to your cart. So make sure you're aware of that. So let's talk about ordering specials. So I've got two great specials going on right now through now Sunday the 18th through Wednesday the 21st. So first one, spend $100. You'll of course get $10 in coupons for bonus days. You'll get $10 in Stampin' Rewards. You'll get 2 card classes to go from me. So January and February's card classes. And you'll get 1 retired stamp set. So it is January. I am cleaning and organizing the craft room. And so I am offering this incentive to give some great retired stamp sets. So that does mean that they are gently used, but they are still the high quality Stampin' Up stamps. So you'll get one retired stamp set as well. So that is a great value. That's actually, when you combine the coupons you're getting back for bonus days, the Stampin' Rewards you earn, 2 card classes, that's at normally you'd have to order $30 for each of those. And then a retired stamp set. So stamp sets, average around, we'll say $20. So when you add all that up, that's basically getting $100 back in fun shopping justification math for spending that $100. So similarly, if you spend $200 with me, then you end up with $20 of bonus coupons to use in February, $20 in Stampin' Rewards to use anytime in the next 12 months. You'll get one retired stamp set, one retired bundle, so that might be a stamp and die combo or a stamp and punch combo, and 2 retired paper pumpkins. So if you add everything up on that side, that's a little bit over $200 of value back, because you estimate those bundles somewhere around average maybe $50, and then paper pumpkin month to month is $27. So great deal. That those paper pumpkins, there is no ink or no block, just FYI, but 2 great ordering specials. Don't forget, in order to take advantage of all of those offers, you need to create an account with Stampin' Up. That will make sure you get your bonus day coupons. You need to opt in to Stampin' Rewards before you place your order in order to get your Stampin' Rewards. And you need to buy from me and subscribe to my newsletter. So that's as simple as going to our website, papergardenhtx.stampinup.net, scrolling to the bottom, clicking that email in there to subscribe, giving us your email, or when you are creating your Stampin' Up account, you can make sure you hit that button to opt in for marketing emails, and that will do the same thing. So 2 great ordering specials. Now, if you are maybe thinking about, man, if I'm spending this much money, is there another way to get a discount or do something else? Well, yes, there is. You can join my team. So join my team. You can join anytime, but joining during bonus days is a great time to join, because after you purchase your starter kit, your first order as a demonstrator, if you place it while bonus days are going on, you earn bonus days credits. So that's a great thing about being a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, is that you still get to participate in all the customer promotions. So you earn Stampin' Rewards. Right now you would earn bonus days, coupons, and you get to enjoy a 20% discount, and there's no obligation to buy or sell. So you can join my team and never ever sell to anybody else. You can join my team and then never buy again. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine too. So that starter kit is for only $99 plus free shipping. You get to pick $125 worth of product. And then after you complete that order, set everything up, then if you want to place an order with a discount, then you go in and place an order, and that first order after your starter kit, you get that 20% off and go on. So, when you're on my team, you get all of my tutorials for free. We have a monthly virtual meeting that's fun. We give tips and tricks both creatively and if you're interested in business tricks. You get to talk to other stampers. It's just, a fun way to continue to connect and grow. So if you want to join my team, if you're curious about any of that, please email me, papergardenhtx@gmail.com, or drop me a note on socials. I'd love to talk to you about it and just tell you how to join. That's a lot of preamble. Let's get into stamping. I do have to say, this, not a crafting injury. While I have injured myself while crafting before through my own fault. Let's be clear. This is actually a prepping food for the smoker injury. I was trimming some fat while I was prepping a chuck roast to go on the smoker, and I didn't follow my own safety rules of using a paring knife and cutting away from me, and instead used a chef's knife and cut towards me. So it is merely a flesh wound. But disclaimer: this is not this is not a crafting injury. Also, speaking of, go Texans! So, which is why there's food on the smoker right now. All right, so we are going to stamp this beautiful Valentine. So we're going to use that seasonal celebrations to make our own background. We are also using the Hearts of Love embossing folder for this background. Some baker's twine, super cute. So what does it mean to get a to-go class? Like maybe you're new here, new to me, which hello, thank you, so happy. Please share, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the things. But you're like, I don't understand, what does to-go mean? So what does to-go mean? You're gonna get in the mail, you will get a bubble package from me that'll have the supplies for all 4 cards. And by supplies, I mean all the paper, any embellishments like, gems, or in this case, baker's twine. What do you need to have? You need to have adhesive, you need to have ink, and you need to have the stamps. Sometimes you might need to own the stamps and the dies, depending if we're making something where you really need to stamp it and then die cut it. And I'll always tell you that, at the start of the project, or when I'm designing or advertising. So you'll get a bubble mailer from me, and inside you'll have for this card, this is the set of supplies that'll come with. You'll have your card base, and then this envelope, which will be what your finished card will go into, that will have this piece of real red card front, embossed with that Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. So I've already embossed this for you, so you don't have to go to that trouble. This is super cute embossing folder. I really like it. And then you'll have this piece of basic white cardstock that's cut with perennial postage dies. This is the second largest perennial postage die. This is a great set of just basic dies. These are from the annual catalog. Have these, super cute scalloped edges like stamps. So you'll get this, and then you'll get this piece of red and white baker's twine, roughly 32 inches long. Give or take. We're wrapping around. We're doing some things with that. Then of course, your card base. So let's get started stamping. So we're going to stamp this first. Now, couple of tips for this. When you're using a anytime, I always really recommend you stamp with the Stampin' Pierce mat. It just is going to always give you a much cleaner image. Keeps, even like I'm stamping on a very smooth, very hard surface. Especially if you don't have a smooth, hard surface, you want your Stampin' Pierce mat to make sure your stamps stamp evenly. But even with that, I still recommend even with having a smooth, hard surface, I still recommend the Stampin' Pierce mat, especially for doing something like these hearts today where it's a full saturation. You really want to make sure that surface is absolutely even. So we've got our two stamps. Now I happen to have two H blocks, so they're both matted at once, or mounted rather at once. But if you only have one H block, no big deal. Like you stamp, clean it, put it away, and then mount the other stamp. So we are going to take our real red. And we're going to take our scrap paper too, because we're going to be stamping off, obviously. So we're going to take our scrap paper first. So what we want to do first is actually stamp the sentiment. So now I'm just stamping Valentine's Day, and this is from the Reason to Celebrate. I did not mount the happy, partly because, really because when I was planning class, I was already using the happy on the happy birthday stamp. And, when I'm in class, when we're doing class, I do it so where we're not reusing any of the stamps with different inks because, that's just inviting chaos to the event. But if you want to add the happy, there's certainly room. You'll just, kind of adjust where you would tie it and how far down you would stamp. But I like it with just like Valentine's Day. I think it's cute. So we're going to ink this up. So beauty of photopolymer. You can see that I've got this nice, beautiful, even ink. You can also see that my block is a little dirty. Ooh, there's a little schmutzy on the paper too. So you're going to want to align this. And I just got ink on my hand. Be careful. You're going to want to align this right at the bottom, but be careful not to overlap any of the scallops. And then I'm not pressing down, as I want to really make sure I don't accidentally rock the stamp. But with this real red, you do want to make sure you are firm. So this is more like a little bit firmer than pressing a doorbell, but not like jabbing the person in front of you, in chemistry class to get them to be quiet. Or, whatever. So we've got our Valentine's Day. Came out cute. You definitely are going to want to stamp the sentiment first and then do your heart background so that you have a really good idea of where to stop. I almost did it the other way when I was designing the class, and I very quickly realized that I was definitely gonna eyeball that wrong every time if I didn't stamp the greeting first. So we're gonna start up at the top, and this is why you need your scratch paper, because we're gonna stamp slightly off. You can go center. This is wider than than the die cut image, so you can go straight on anyway. So you are gonna, but it is gonna stamp off. You're gonna try your hardest to make it straight across. And definitely don't mount this heart stamp for sure on anything bigger than the H block, because you can see I already kind of rocked it a little bit, but that's okay. And so now we've got this beautiful, fully saturated set of hearts. So now we're going to re-ink, and we're going to go align roughly so that the tops of these hearts are kind of in between, like that. And then we're just going to keep going down the paper. Now you see that I stamped off because of how this was done. Part of the ink for this in heart didn't come all the way off. And if I don't stamp some of that off before I re-ink, you can end up with distortion. So we're just going to keep going down the page. Okay, and so we've stamped down, so I'm going to stop here, which we're going to wrap our twine here, but this is why we do the twine, right? Because this time when I was stamping, I started a little lower than I did on this sample, so we're done a little higher. Also why you would want to have the word stamped, because if I didn't have the word stamps, I might have thought that I had room for another row of hearts, but you can see that I don't, right? So definitely good. So now we're going to put our ink away, go red. And now we don't need, now you can, while you've got this mounted, if you want, it looks really cute, which I did from inside, you can stamp on the inside of your card with some little hearts too. But we are going to be done with stamping. I'll clean those with my chamois here in a minute. So we're done with our scratch paper and with our pierce mat. So now we are getting the rest of our supplies back because we are getting ready to assemble. And I again saw that red ink have all this white cardstock. I forgot. Oh, I do have my chamois in here. I don't have my chamois in here. My chamois for stamps, but also works on your hand to get the worst of it off while you're assembling. This is just water, so there's simply chamois. Great. Store it in an old style stamp case. And all it is, you just wet it with water, cleans your ink right off. Or, and like I said, I'll go wash it here when I'm done with this video. But now I feel good that I'm not about to touch all that white paper and get a bunch of red ink all over it. So we're going to attach this twine. So what I prefer, so you can do this a lot of ways. You can use glue dots, you could use Stampin' Seal. I wouldn't use liquid glue, but what I found while I was working on this that I really liked for this kind of wrap technique is we are going to use some tear and tape, and we're putting it right across on about this third notch up from the bottom. And I find if you burnish the tear and tape a little bit with your bone folder, then it peels right off. So we're gonna, now you have much more of this than you need to wrap around, because remember we are gonna do this bow at the end, but I'm gonna just give you one piece so that you can kind of decide how long. But see how I've just stuck that big thing right there in the tear and tape, and when I'm wrapping it, which this is what it looks like on the front, right? So we could have, so since we've got a little bit more, I don't know, I'm not gonna, no, I don't think so. But that's the type of thing, you know, you can play around, see what you like. So you have enough to go, and then just be pressing it into that tear and tape. Don't pull too much or really at all, because you don't want to distort the paper. But then that'll be plenty to tie a little bow. So now we've got this cute. I'm gonna put, since it still is a little bit sticky on the back, I'm gonna put my silicone sheet down. So now I've got this, so I've got roughly 14 inches left. So I'm gonna tie a bow, which tying a bow on camera, one of my least favorite things to do. So we're just gonna go like that, and then go here and here, and just make a simple little bow. Offset here in the corner. So let's just finish assembling here. So we're going to take our card base. So we're going to line up the corners like that, fold it, and then start in the middle with our bone folder. So a lot of people score and then fold. That's not how I was taught. So that's not what I do, but perfectly fine. So this is, you know, half of an 8.5 by 11. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. So you just take that 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, cut it, you know, cut it down, cut it at 5.5 on the, you know, 11-inch side, and you get 2 card bases. So now I'm going to attach the embossed real red to the front using my Stampin' Seal. Again, this, if you prefer liquid glue, if you prefer glue dots even, you could do that. Just make sure you pay attention. This is a directional folder, right? Like there's a right side up for the heart, so don't get too distracted, you know, watching TV while you do your cards or listen to a podcast or whatever, and then accidentally do this upside down. So we're just gonna rub that a little bit. Then we are gonna take our front, we're gonna use some mini dimensionals, you know, give it a bit of height, raise it up. So definitely we're going corners. And then we're going to do a couple down the middle, and that's really, again, especially if you're mailing, if you don't put some in the middle of a bigger piece like this, when it goes through the machine and gets kind of the middle, it can kind of look like it's caved in. So just add that extra little. So these are the mini dimensionals. We do have dimensionals that are bigger than this, which I have some somewhere, but pretty much I've switched to using mini almost all the time because, just try and center that there. You can always do too many, right? As in TWO, two, mini, MINI dimensionals. Whereas if you have the larger, at arm's reach, but you're doing something smaller, then you've got to go find your mini dimensionals anyway. But there we are. Ta-da! So not that hard, right? But now you've got a beautiful little Valentine's card. You made your own background. Absolutely adorable. So free with a $30 order, or also free with a $100 or $200 order, along with a lot of other good stuff, or free tutorial only if you join my team. And again, here are the other 3 cards you'll get in this package. So, and you'll have, for all these 3, there's typed up instructions and supply lists. So that is what we have for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Come visit us at papergardenhtx.stampinup.net and look for our events. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts about these projects, and we hope to see you again. Bye.